Hey! How is everybody doing? Right. Welcome back to RAYGO Reactions. Right. Let me know in the comments if you can hear me. Leighton, you was on it last time, mate. You was telling me what to do. Lynn, Kyle, hey, AP the first. Right. On today's episode, is that okay? As I'm sure a couple of you guys may have seen, I thought what I'd do today is I'd react to the auction once and for all, because I want to see how much Mark Knopfler's guitars go for. And I heard through the grapevine that he sold his famous, I don't even know the make of it. Leave it in the chat if you know the name of the guitar he had made personally for him. But I heard that he sold it. And I can only imagine it's sold for millions. But I want to know why he sold it as well. So we're going to see, first of all, the conversation that he has at Christie's. Yeah, just see what he has to say first. Because I know he didn't need it for the money. Because let's have it right, he's got money. So he's clearly sold them because, well, I don't know. We got to find out, haven't we? But also, guys, on today, you need to stick around to the end. I'm not sure how long this is going to be. It's going to be at least an hour and a half, probably. So get yourself a drink and get comfortable. It's no rush. I'm not being hectic. I'm just doing what I do on a regular Tuesday night on my own. This is what I would be doing anyway. So why not bring you legends along with me? But stick around to the end because I've got an announcement and it involves you guys. It's a cool one. I'm buzzing for it. I thought of the idea like yesterday, and then me and my brother Max were just going back and forth like, oh yeah, that could be cool, this could be cool. So stick around to the end to hear some good announcement. Kyle Sahur. Oh yeah, that's what it's called. That's the guitar which it's called. But look, before we do anything, let's just get straight into it and begin the process of Marky Boy telling us why he's selling his guitars. And guys, be sure to let me know in the comments if the volume's a dog toffee, because I'm new to this. I still don't know what's going on with how you work this.
Thanks.
Mark, welcome.
Thank you very much, Paul. Good to see you again.
Lovely to see you. I think we should say a big well
saying?
done to Christie's, because look, this room looks fantastic.
Well
doesn't
done
it?
to Christie's.
Really
Really
amazing.
so.
Yeah,
You've done this before.
I have. Yeah. So, what I'm curious to know is, did you take some persuading to go ahead with this project, or did you do it willingly? Did you come willingly to give away so many of the
I
collection?
came quietly.
Yeah.
I think that, I've had to go on asking myself questions right
What about
up
now? Is video
Today.
cool?
till
Balance
today.
okay?
And actually, when I came in, because I'd never been in,
I need to
when I
hire
came in this
Leighton.
afternoon, I must admit a couple of the things that I saw did make me gulp a little bit, but I'm going to wish that I was taking them home with me, but at the same time, I'm happy. It's a kind of a happy pain because, that they'll go to people who, hopefully,
Hey, this is cool, guys.
We'll have new friends. We'll make new relationships with them. And I remember Chet Atkins telling me, you get a guitar, Mark. Your guitar is your friend for life, and it'll be your best friend. I wasn't really thinking so much at the time, but I've had plenty of time to think about that since, and it is. It's a wonderful companion to you, and I'm sure a lot of you will know that already.
I mean, you talk about them like people. They are sort of like...
These people in the audience must be well off with the money, because I'm imagining that the people in the audience have had to buy tickets to go to this event, to listen to Mark talk, and they're all thinking, they're just looking behind him at the wall going, well, that Les Paul's mine, so I'm willing to spend 100 grand on this. Like, I haven't seen the prices yet, but I can only assume stuff is going to be going for over 100k, because it's Mark. And if he's selling guitars that he sold at, if he's selling guitars that he was playing at Alchemy Live and stuff, holy moly.
Members of the extended family, aren't they?
Yeah, well, you know, anybody that's been unfortunate enough to work in the studio with me will know that you're looking for characters for songs. You're looking for a voice in the song. They all have a different voice, you know, so that's just the funny thing about it. They don't conform to
I'll be doing the live auction after this, guys. Don't you worry.
It's just 2 bits of wood, isn't it? And the guitarist in here will know
I'll
very
skip
very
through it
well
and see
that
what
it's just
goes
not
for
the
what.
way it plays at all.
Yeah.
That they're characters, and there will be a song that answers, you know, for them, for that one thing. And I was looking at one of them. It was a blue Echo 300 that, you know, and it just covered in sparkle, and it looks more like something you'd find at a kid's party or something. You'd get out of a swizzle stick, you know. And but that was a song for Sonny Liston. It had the song written all over it. And when I played the song on that instrument, it worked. And you know, I mean, I would do it on a Les Paul or different guitars for different nights. But at the time when we were doing the record, that was the guitar for it. It's a character. It's like finding a character for a play. Mm. You know, it's the same thing, and it's like casting people.
It's defo true. This is what I was saying. I don't know which reaction it was I did of his, but I was saying this because when you pick up a new guitar, if you're playing the same guitar every single day, you genuinely do tend to do the same things. You tend to play the same type of chord progressions, do the same type of riffs, and it gets stagnant. And then when you pick up a new guitar, you go to a guitar shop and they let you play the guitar in the booth by yourself for 5 minutes to get a feel for it. You instantly start doing things you wouldn't do, like, and make new licks, make new riffs. Every guitar has got a new song in it, and that's basically what he's saying. And every guitar has its own sound. It's like, I want to know the story, and I'm sure he will touch on it, on Private Investigations, the resonator guitar he uses. It's like they're cool guitars. I've never even played one, but I see them in shops. I need to play one. But he must have picked that up and gone, and Private Investigation must have just fell out of it, because it's quite evident. He's saying every guitar he has, he plays so many different ones. They've got different songs inside them. This guitar, the sparkling one, Sonny Liston. So, oh mate, every guitar that someone buys at this auction, he's going to have wrote one of his classic songs on. That's crazy.
For a song,
that is crazy.
Casting musicians for a song. I mean, I remember when I wrote a thing called Sailing to Philadelphia, I suddenly heard James Taylor singing The Other Guy. And poor old James, you know, he didn't ask for that. And
he didn't mind it, though. I happen to know that he didn't mind.
He did, great.
So you are sort of casting the guitar, aren't you?
Yeah.
So does the song always exist first before you start thinking about casting the guitar, or sometimes it's the other way around and the guitar sort of...
You get to know your instrument, Paul. You get to know it. You know, you play it so much that you think, this is a job for a 1954 Fender Stratocaster with thick strings and a tremolo arm.
Can you really hear it? You can really hear it in your head?
Yeah, except that It could also be a Gretsch 6120 from 1957. And I'm serious. It could be one of those two guitars. And people who have studied this stuff for whatever God-forsaken reason will know what I'm talking about.
Yeah. But you can really call those to mind, the individual tones of the guitars.
In fact, the 6120 for the train spotters, the Shads did actually use a 6120 for some of their records, and it was indistinguishable from the Fender actually at the time because they were very similar pickups. Yes. And in 1957, the Gretsch filter.
You guys, someone's saying he raised how much? $6 million. 6 million. What? And he gave 25% away to charity. What a legend. What a legend. That's crazy. 6 million though. I mean, I'm intrigued there to see what's got for what price. His resonator, he didn't sell that one. No. So that's the one he was playing on Private Investigation. He's not sold it. That means he must still use it then. There's hope, guys. If he's not selling it, it's for a reason, because he's selling everything else. So he's clearly gone. Either maybe he has kids or grandkids who go, you can have this one when I'm gone. Or he's still going, nah, I've still got albums left in the tank and I'm going to be using that. Let's hope that is the case, because there's still hope that this guy comes out of retirement and I can go and watch him. Because I've missed that boat up to now. He retired in 2019. I actually watched his last ever show, guys, which is coming to you. I watched the final performance of the last show he ever did live. It's sick. But that's in the woodworks, and it's going to be available soon.
Tron pickups, they changed them. And so I won't even look at a 6920 after 1957.
I'm glad you mentioned the Shads, because in many ways, this is all Hank Marvin's fault.
I do need a new chair.
Everything we're looking at here, that's where it starts for you, isn't it?
A lot of it is. It's always you can find a Geordie to blame for quite a lot of things. Yeah.
But you told me the story many times about, how the first guitar had to be a red Strat. You wanted it to be a red Strat because of Hank Marvin. So Shadows come along, made a huge impression on you, and then you start looking at these things in the local guitar shop window, don't you?
Yeah, oh yeah. And all the cliches, nose up against the glass. And when I first actually managed to pluck up the courage to pick a guitar down from the wall, I can still see my hand reaching up tentatively to take down this Spanish guitar from the wall. And there were a couple of Geordie boys working in the shop, and one of them said, as I was lowering it carefully down, he said, "You drop that, I'll drop you." Learning on Tyneside, it's...
Yeah. It's good advice.
It didn't put me off.
No. And that started the whole thing, didn't it? That day really started the...
I didn't, but actually, Paul, I didn't even know how to hold a guitar. I didn't even know what to do with it. I didn't even know. I hardly even knew the difference between left hand and right hand, and I just needed to be in touch with the thing. And there were some lads making them in the woodwork room. I'm making solid body guitars in the woodwork room when I was at school, and I would just go down there just to be able to get a chance just to hold a body, to hold a Fender-shaped body or something like that. And it's probably not very healthy looked at, You know
what? Yeah, you know what? This chair's, I hate to say it, this chair might have to go. Get some WD-40 on it first, though. But what Mark's saying there about just needed to touch the guitar, I genuinely still have that to this day. It's mental. I started playing guitar at like 14. you could consider it. I don't know. Is that considered early or late? I don't know. I suppose if you really want to be good on guitar, you can do it at. I think you could probably do it at any age. To be honest, you can just if you play it every single day. But anyway, yeah, I still have this bug where I'm not joking. Every time I walk past a guitar, I just grab it. So I need to pick that up. What if it's in my vicinity? I grab it. I literally took a guitar to work. Like when I have a chance and nothing's going on, I just pick it up. Even if I do a couple things, it's just crazy. And that's what Mark has got. I mean, look how many guitars he's got. And I was just thinking then, though, if you did have that many guitars, you wouldn't get round to playing them. And it is a shame to just let them sit there and gather dust. So, let's be real. How many guitars do you really need? Like, you tell me. How many guitars do you think you really need? I think you need at least 2 or 3 acoustic guitars. You want an electroacoustic, so you can plug it in and it electrifies. You need an acoustic because they sound better to just play. You need maybe 3 electric guitars. I've not even got 3 electric guitars, but I will be getting. But yeah, you want like a Strat, which gives a lighter sound, a Les Paul, which gives a heavier sound, and then maybe one in between. And then it would be cool to have a resonator. I think ideally, in an ideal world, you need 8 to 10 guitars, and that'll do you. And then it's like, I don't need 30. However, there will be a time in my life where I probably have 30 guitars. Can't lie. Yeah. Maybe in 50 years, people will be watching you at an auction with your guitars. Holy moly! Hopefully, that would be very cool. That would be a dream.
Over the years, I don't know if there's any psychologists here who
could help.
Could help me.
Yeah. The first guitar you owned was not a Strat, was it? It was your dad kind of stepped up.
Yeah, it was a copy. It was a Hofner copy, 50 quid, which was a big stretch for him those days. And I think those days it was probably the equivalent of about 1,000 now. And I didn't know what to do with it. I didn't have the nerve to ask poor old dad for an amplifier because it'd been a stretch for the guitar. So I blew up the radio in short order. Yeah. And then I was borrowing friends' acoustics, and they were very often pretty rough acoustics with high action, which means the strings were a long way from the fingerboard.
Oh, yeah. It's a
but
nightmare.
I learned how to play them somehow. The finger pick,
That's what, do you know, has anyone watched Stevie Ray Vaughan? I've done a couple of reactions to Stevie Ray Vaughan because I didn't even know much about him, but when I started doing these reactions like a year ago, I started watching Stevie Ray Vaughan and he has his action on his guitar high. I even made a video actually of experimenting with this. Like, what Mark's going on about. The cheaper guitars tend to have high action. So that means the strings are high off the actual guitar neck. And that obviously just means, so when I'm trying to play, I've got to press down harder. And then if you press down one string, the other strings are going to be off the neck as well. And it basically just sucks to play. And this is the crazy part. That acoustic you see there is it's my better guitar. It's the one I paid the most for. And the crazy part is, I'll never make this mistake again. I just bought it online. I didn't even go and play it first, and I'll never do that. That's my advice. If you're going to buy a guitar, play it first. I just bought it online like a silly little idiot, and it turned up, and the action was high on it, and I was like, what? Well, what's all this about then? Because I've just forked out all this money and it sucks to play. I didn't want to admit it to myself though, because I was like, I've spent that money, so I was putting up with it for a few weeks, few months. Heck, I think it even went to about a year, and I was like, one day I just went, nah, this sucks, mate. This sucks. Admit it, Joe. You may have spent $1,000, I think it was like 1,200. You may have spent all your life savings on this pappy, but just admit it. It sucks. So there, I went straight down to the guitar shop, and I was like, mate, can you fix the action on this? And he was like, yeah, it'll be 60 quid. And I was like, I'll just go home and try and do it myself. Thanks very much. Went home, realised I couldn't do it. Had to bite the bullet, didn't I? Got some other guy to do it. And now it's perfect. But yeah, the action on a guitar being low, it's not cool.
You all know,
Not
like
cool.
a clawhammer fingerpick was taught to me by a folk singer in Northumberland who was my pal's big sister's boyfriend. Joe Davidson was his name, and he taught me. My only guitar lesson was that, to do that fingerpick.
That was it, the only guitar lesson you ever had?
Well, the other one was my sister who suggested that I hold it the other way around. See, she said, you know, that's the way people play it, because I'm left-handed. So I was actually playing a tennis racket, and she switched it round and said, you play it like that. And so she made me a right-handed guitar player on a tennis racket, and I'm glad that she did, because I had quite a strong left hand then. So I could do those things where I could take 3 strings and strangle them, you know, do things with them. It'd give you extra dexterity, perhaps, here and there. That might have helped, I think. I think doing everything wrong, being a guitar teacher's nightmare, has advantages, you know. You know, that you just find your own answers.
Yeah.
I've always, as my old headmaster said, gone my own way, in spite of all good advice.
Yeah. I mean, you used to get in trouble at school for not paying attention and sort of playing guitar runs on the...
I'd be the one going, and Knopfler, you stop making that horrible metallic sound at the back of your voice, back of your throat, boy. What is that? And rock and roll, sir. Get out.
Yes. Funny enough, though, when you came to performing for the first time, as you sort of hinted at before, you kind of went down the folk route, didn't you, first?
Well, it was economic. I couldn't afford an amp. I was just happy to be playing, you know, and of course I was exposed to everything. I was exposed to everything from Bob Dylan, Joan Baez, to all the way through the folkies, you know, and lots of stuff with playing electric and acoustic. So, you know, advancing on that double front was a big advantage, I think.
Hold up, wait. Some of you guys in the chat saying that you actually bid on this. You bid on Knopflers guitars. I bid on the 6-string Adamas. I heard them say I bid from Ireland, so cool. Didn't win, but what to be involved. I bid on a few of them, but they went very quickly. Yeah, do you actually believe Stevie Ray Vaughan glued his fingertips back on? I think that's a wise tale. I think that's a rumour. Do you know when rumours go around and people start making stuff up? Like, why would he glue his fingertips back on? I'm not having that one. I think he was, don't get it twisted, guy's a legend, but I don't think he would have glued his fingertips back on.
I didn't see it that way at the time. I just was, because, you know, kids are always frustrated.
Yeah.
Always, you know, anxious to get going and get moving and get out of my way. But it's a good thing that I had that little aspect. The frustration is important.
Well, I know you have always said how grateful you were for the fact that when Straits made it, when Dire Straits made it big, you had that education, that long period. You know, you were a little old. This is one of the ways in which the business has changed so much, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, you'd done all those years of the 10,000 hours or whatever you would call it, you know.
Yeah.
So you were more prepared for it, perhaps.
Well, I think it's different nowadays. So, a friend of mine on the record company in America was telling me he was showing a young band, the singer of a young band that they'd signed, you know, his first tour. He said, "There's your first tour." He said, "It's 29 shows." And the kid goes, 29 shows? He said, "I didn't get into this to work." And, you know, John and I had done 250 shows that year, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
So there is a different philosophy. Now, I think there is a bit of a different philosophy.
Yeah. All these early years.
250
would you
shows
say
in
that
a
you
year?
became
That's
sort of
mental.
bit of a guitar connoisseur quite early on? Were you studying, you know, all the different possibilities?
Must have
kids
earned
are
a
horrible
rake in.
snobs, and we obviously lusted after the Grail objects, the Holy Grail objects, with Fender Strats and the Gibson Les Pauls, and you know, you learn a bit more as you go on, and you start specializing and branching off here and there, and people bring you instruments and introduce you to instruments, and you hear instruments, and thankfully, the success meant that I could go and buy a couple of them, but it wasn't for a long time. I mean, our first royalty check, I mean, I need John to remind me, but 18 months before we got anything, wasn't it? We were number one all over the world, but we were living in a council flat. And
Where there's now a plaque on the wall,
yeah,
isn't it?
but John had sorted the meter at least. For Dire Straits, we were rehearsing in the council flat, and we had underlay on the walls, whatever we thought that was going to do. But the neighbors were surprisingly kind and patient.
Probably because they sounded sick.
We somehow got from A to B.
So I'm sure a lot of people will want me to ask you, in relation to this lovely exhibition, how you went about choosing which ones you were going to let go of. I mean, it feels like that must have been a very long process, was it not?
Yeah, I've got a couple that I'm regretting.
Second thoughts,
So,
everybody.
you know.
When we said hello earlier on, you said, "I'm here to say goodbye to some friends." It's quite emotional, isn't it?
Yes. The ones where you know you're saying goodbye and you've already made your peace with the fact that it'll be gone, that's all right.
And when you're playing the hits, you know, in the set and the ones that people are looking forward to, there are particular guitars that you have to.
You kind of do. You kind of have to. Just like there are particular, I hate to say it, but there are particular notes that you have to.
Yeah.
Because I don't, you know, I'll have remembered starting writing, say, Brothers in Arms. And you know how it starts.
There we go. Come on, lad.
It goes like this. Right. So, 1, 2, 3, 4, those 4 notes. I will have tried it hundreds of times on stage to play something else. And failed each time. So what I would end up doing was play those notes so that everybody would know. Because as soon as you do that, well, it's yours now, you be careful with that. You know, as soon as you played those notes, everybody, they know where they are, and it doesn't matter. And then I realized, after a little bit, that I could then start to improvise and maybe play something else. But not those if it's not those notes, if I'd started with did, do,
Yeah.
it is not it. You know, and so you start to realize that the improvised bit that gave you the song, the version of the song in the first place, has become part of the furniture of the thing, and it's become, that's become an important part of people's minds.
Yeah.
And
It's the same thing with Sultans, isn't it? As you've often said.
Sultans
When you get
the
to
same.
that bit, and everyone knows the bit I'm talking about near the end of Sultans, the motif. You know...
I've tried, believe me.
Yeah.
And I remember once I got home and said, oh, something was weird about Sultans tonight. And Kitty said, did you do your twiddly bits? I said, no. She said, well, there you are then.
Yeah.
And if you don't play it, then people have come out, spent money, parked cars, bought sandwiches. And you realize, of course, you know, people have given something back to what they love, you know, they love. And that's why they're there to celebrate. And it's the performance is an important celebration. It's a mutual thing of coming together with the people that want to be there when you're playing it for them. But it's also... you try and give it something else as well. Of course, it's another reality. So I'm very conscious when I would be starting Brothers in Arms. This is the reason why people are here. You know, that's one of the reasons why. So it better be bloody good.
Yeah, yeah. And it's also about recreating, not just playing the song and doing it the way people are expecting, but it's recreating the actual tone, isn't it, of the record? Or at least, I mean, often thinking about the same, whichever guitar you played on the recording.
Yeah.
No, it's not about the recording. It starts to become something else apart from the recording. And actually, when you hear the recording, when you've been on tour for a year, you know, for it seems like a year, and you hear the record, you go, oh my God.
It sounds a bit straight.
So it does become something else. So that's the ongoing thing. It's keep it fresh.
Yeah.
Find something in it that's real.
Yeah, yeah.
And
what he's saying there is kind of what I was thinking. If he's selling his guitars that he wrote specific songs on, I mean, I know, let's say his Les Paul, if he wrote Sultans of Swing on it, then when he's playing the song live, does he not want that guitar because that's where he originally got that sound? So it's going to be most replicable to the record playing it live. But then what he's kind of saying there is like, not really, like you can pretty much get the tone out of another Les Paul. You know what I mean? It's not got to be that specific. But also, you guys are talking here about the show in Sydney. He did 250 shows, sold 9 million tickets in Australia and New Zealand. He must have been balling back then, because back then that's when music was in money was in music. Do you know what I mean? Sydney 86 that you've watched, the last show. And also in Sydney, I have done a few shows on there. I think because that was the last show, that's why everyone suggested it, because they had the energy to go, let's go out with a bang one last time. Hey up! Last orders. Can't wait for you to tell everyone the news. The end of this live. PS, if I win the raffle, I donate my winnings to Leighton. 4 rising early for this. Yes! There you go. Shout out to Max, last orders. He's saying if he wins, look guys, there's a little donation on the go. You can do it on the chat. It's at the top. It's just a $5, and if you win, you get a RAYGO Bloom t-shirt, a RAYGO Bloom hoodie, and a reaction of your choice. It's just £5 to enter, or you could do that super thanks for a $5. But guys, do stick around to the end of this video, because there's a cool announcement and it involves all of yous. Trust me, it's going to be sick. So stick around to the end of this. RAYGO, are you aware that Brothers in Arms was the biggest selling album of the 80s in the UK? Sold more than Thriller and Bad by Michael Jackson. Really? Really? Brothers in Arms sold more than Thriller and Bad by Michael Jackson. I could have sworn Thriller was like one of the biggest selling albums. I wouldn't be surprised though. I wouldn't be surprised, because the album is next level. In Rockplast, where I live, he messes up Sultans. He says, we're going to have to do Sultans again. No way. He was a control freak, Mark, but I think that is a very good thing to be honest, when you're a musician, because you have to go with your own thoughts and go with your own sound, because I think too many cooks can spoil the broth when it comes to a song. if everyone's involved, it's like my initial idea, which I wanted to roll with, you've now said we can't do because it's 4 against 1. You know what I mean? I think go with your gut, keep it to yourself. Let's continue this.
That's all that we tried to do.
Do you ever hear an old track of yours back and think, in terms of the choice of guitar, do you ever go, oh, actually, maybe that wasn't the right one?
Yeah,
Might
oh
have
God,
chosen
yeah,
something
and
else?
the keys.
Yeah.
All sorts of horrible things that you don't want to know about. No.
Yes, we do.
No, I mean, I remember there's a song called Why Worry? And we used to call it Why Bother? And, it was just too damn high for me, you know. So you make those mistakes, but you make them in public, you know, and then you just get you've just got to quit worrying about it and get on with it.
That's it, yeah. You've got a new album on the way. More details to come on that, you know, not too far away, but it's a wonderful record, I've heard it already. Are there new guitars on that album? Have you relied on some old friends, or is it a mixture?
Question.
Yeah, there is a new acoustic guitar maker in Oregon called Butch Boswell, Arthur Boswell, and I bought a couple of them already, and you know I've got there already, thanks to Rudy, my friend Rudy in New York, who you all know about, and he goes, Marcus, I hear this amazing guitar you got. I get you one, and that's Rudy, and you gotta hear this guitar, man. So yeah, so Butch Boswell, who was Rudy's repairman for a long time, he was doing his 10,000 hours,
Right. Yeah.
doing that, and now he can make them. He makes beautiful, beautiful guitars. So it just suited me, and I found one little guitar in that lot that ended up being on 4 or 5 songs on the new album.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so the same thing starts happening.
Yeah.
You know, things worm their way into their. You know, they just end up in the garage and being used. Yeah.
So you're still building the collection, really, aren't you?
Yeah, exactly that. Rudy wanted to come over. He wanted to bring me a guitar.
Really?
And, you know, I've got a picture of it on my phone. It is blue guitar. That sums it all up. And he wanted to bring it because he was excited about it. And I've got a new one from New Boswell as well the other day. And I was showing it to one of the kids the other day and getting excited about it all again. So yeah, it just, that doesn't stop.
No, it's just it's renewing itself all the time, isn't
Yeah.
it? The whole thing. You must be very curious to know what's going to happen, you know, on the day of the auction.
I'll be fine. You know, I'll be fine. I'll be fine.
Turning to therapy, isn't it? Therapy session.
I know, but there are some real beauties in there. You know, there are some real crackers.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, tell me a story about this one. We had a specific thing or two about this lovely beast here.
That was Mandela, and I remember going out. As we were going out to get on the stage, I remember somebody saying, "There's over 650 million people watching this."
What?
It was food for thought.
Yes.
That is, a crowd like that makes you think, yeah.
But then you were veterans of Live Aid by then, so, you know.
Well, yes, we were sort of used to it, I suppose. And the funny thing about Live Aid is we were doing a kind of a residency at the Wembley Pool at the
arena.
The arena. And I don't know how many gigs we were doing there, 20 or so. And all we had to do was cross the car park and do the Let's Do Live Aid.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just walked across the car park, did Live Aid, walked back and did the gig at the arena.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2 gigs in one day.
Well, in those stadium years, and I know you're much happier now in playing smaller places, aren't you, generally? But were there certain guitars that you would, that fit a bigger stadium setting? I mean, is that part of the consideration?
No, I think it would be the same. Just the right thing for the song.
Yeah.
It's the right thing for the song all the time. You know, it's whatever it is. You don't need too many. You certainly don't need as many as I've been using. And on a gig, I might get through 6 or 7 guitars. But the reason why the Pensa, the Rudy came along was because I was looking to find a way of using less guitars on the set so I could get a powerful sound. That thick pickup you see by the bridge, and that's a humbucking, really powerful pickup. And the single pole pickups in front were more like Fender pickups. And I was just trying to get more sounds out of one instrument so I didn't have to keep jumping around. And some of the nicest sounds you get are the blends between the pickups at the back.
I actually seen him playing that brown one the other day. Has anyone, let me know in the chat, have you heard of the song Golden Heart by Mark Knopfler? Because I had a donation come through the other day. By the way, there's a little, I just want you to know, anyone who's donated, you're absolute legends. There is a slight backlog, obviously, because some other people donate to the channel, so it usually takes around 2 or 3 weeks when a video is suggested to come out. But I did Golden Heart, and boy, I had to do a bow. That song is next level. Golden Heart by Mark Knopfler. If you don't know it, get to know. It should be a hit. I don't know why it isn't a hit. It should be a #1. If that was released today by Ed Sheeran and you just put his voice over it, it'd be a #1. It'd be a #1 hit. Anyone who's not listened to it, do it. I would seriously suggest Ishmael. Leighton, don't you worry. I've reacted to an Ishmael cover, which you suggested. That will be coming soon. Mate. Golden Heart, this is what I'm saying. Golden Heart is off his first... Oh, it was off his first solo album. No way. What do you reckon of it? Am I lying? It's a tune.
Back of where the bridge is, the harder sounds, and the ones at the front end, which are softer and more pillowy, and you can get tones between them. But then I found out that you can get a lot of different sounds from a Les Paul too. And if you can be bothered, which I couldn't for a long time, but if you can be bothered to learn how the volume controls actually work together and the tone controls actually work, that you can actually get some proper effects out of the guitar.
Hold up, guys. What's going on here? What is going on here? Can you see the, don't know what's just gone on. Is everybody still in the chat? What's a live show without some complications? Right, let's see. It appears I need to remove that. In it. PlusNet. I'll be on PlusNet's back tomorrow. Let's re-add the source. Apologies. This is technical stuff out here, guys.
Learn that.
Right, we're back.
And probably, my old guitar techs would be sitting there thinking, now he tells us.
PlusNet, guys.
I mean, I know, Ron, I know, just leave it.
Amy, you know.
I'm buying.
Yeah.
It's a very slow learning process, and I didn't have the money for a good Les Paul for a long time,
You ain't getting a cheap Les Paul.
It was slow. It was slow.
But that was the main perk of success for you, wasn't it? The ability to start owning some of these things you'd been fantasizing about for so long.
Yeah, it's really exciting to get to know them that way.
Yeah.
You know, and to have had the chance. So I didn't know what all the fuss was about until I saw what all the fuss was about. And it's an endlessly fascinating thing to be part of.
It goes on.
It goes on. Mystery goes on.
Yeah. Mark, it's lovely to see you. I just wanted to let everybody know about the exhibition, which is here at Christie's in King Street until the 30th of January. So please do enjoy having a look around.
Yeah.
And
Come
tell your
round.
friends, come and have a look.
Come round.
Yeah. The auction is in this room, 1 p.m, 31st of January. And it's going to be live streamed on Christie's.com and on YouTube as well. I think all that remains is to ask everyone to join me in saying a great big thank you to Mark Knopfler.
Thank you very much.
Right. I think you all know what needs to happen now. I'm gonna have to react. I need to go on the auction. Mark Knopfler's auction and see how much these guitars go for. See exactly what guitar goes for what. Do I watch? What do I do here? Do I just watch the highlights? What would you suggest, guys? Look, there's a Mark Knopfler one, which is... I'll obviously skip through it. I don't want to bore everyone. Or I could just do the auction highlights. I tell you what. Do you know if Mark Knopfler's tremors have gotten better since his Tracker album? Oh, no. So is that why he doesn't... That must be why he sort of doesn't play much anymore, because of he's getting tremors. My grandma suffers with arthritis, and I just pray, amen, that I don't get arthritis, because I picture myself being a 75-year-old man with a Stetson hat on and a suit, going to the pub with my guitar, and playing some guitar, but I can't be dealing with that. Doctors need to work on arthritis. Right, let's see this auction then. See what these guitars went for. By the way, guys, get your phone out now. If you're watching this on a computer, get your phone out. Look at the top left. If you want to join the Christmas raffle, £5 to enter. You can win a RAYGO Bloom t-shirt and a jumper. But on the right, you can also scan that QR code. Main channel. You can... I've got some good stuff going on my... Joe Walker channel, which you will be involved in. Like I say, at the end, I'll let you know what it's about. But let's get into this auction. Let's see what the crack is. See how much these go for.
Lot number 2. This is a fabulous Ovation Adamas. Custom made for Knopfler in 1979, great performance history, and one of his longest serving instruments. I have bids in my book, and I have to start already here at $8,500, $9,000, $9,500 already here with me. At 9,000 pounds, 10,000, 11,000 still with me. 12,000, 13,000 pounds. At 13,000 against you here at 13,000. At 13,000, 14,000 on Christie's Live. At 14,000, 15,000 pounds elsewhere. At 15,000. At 15, 16,000. At 16,000 pounds, 17,000. 18,000, welcome, sir. At 18,000 here. At 18,000, 19,000 on Christie's Live. At 19,000, 20,000 is bid. 22,000.
What?
24,000.
24.
26,000.
Jeez.
28,000. Your bid here at 28,000 pounds. 30,000, Christie's Live. At 30. 32,000 is here in the room. At 32,000, 35,000, thank you. I see you on the angle at 35, 38,000 against you both. At 38,000. 40 is bid. Christie's Live has the bid at 40,000. At 40,000 pounds against both of you here in the room. At 40,000. 40 is the bid. At 40,000 pounds. Against you here on my right, 42,000.
What?
At 42,000 now.
Nah, this ain't going
45,000,
over
welcome
100
back, sir.
keys.
45 is here.
I'll hit that
Gentleman's
hammer
bid
drop.
at 45,000 pounds. 45 is the bid. 48,000.
Oh,
Should we try 50? 50 is bid. 50,000 is here. 55,000. At 55.
Whole lot of rich
60?
folk in that crowd, guys. Whole lot of rich folk.
55,000 is the bid. Christie's Live has it 60 elsewhere at 60,000. 60,000 is the bid. Christie's Live has this at 60,000. At 60,000 pounds. It is here at 65,000 New Place. At 65. 65,000 pounds. Christie's Live has the bid at 65,000. I keep checking, sir, just in case. 70,000 is here. At 70 now. 70,000. Christie's Live bidders are back at 70,000. Anywhere else here? 70,000 is the bid. Fair warning in selling, 70,000 against the telephones on either side at 75,000 New Place.
Mate.
At 75.
I ain't even seen him play that guitar yet.
75,000. Christie's Live bidders at 75,000 pounds. 75 is the bid. Anywhere else here? Welcome back, sir. 80,000. At 80,000. Gentleman's bid here on my left at 80,000. Against you, Christie's Live. 80 is the bid. It is here at 80,000 pounds. Last chance to the telephones and to those of you joining us on live, 85,000.
What song does he play on this guitar, guys?
85 is the bid.
Let me know.
At 85. There it is, 90,000.
In it, Lynn.
On my left at
Pace
90,000.
You know what? I know her trick. Instantly, I know her trick. She keeps going 60,000, 70,000. Huh? And it's just like, no. Actually, I'll let you know when I want to bid. Stop looking at me, trying to get more money out of me. But it's a job. And to be fair, she's doing it well. She's literally forcing them. They don't even want to. But yeah, I guess I will because you put me under pressure. You know what I mean? Yeah, I've not seen Mark play this guitar.
It is here at 90,000 pounds. Fair warning, Christie's Live. 90,000. Your bid, sir.
Ah, the man's too
And
strong.
selling.
I haven't heard that yet.
95,000.
Look, she's looking at
At
him.
95.
Like that. Really?
Should we round it up, sir? We have been doing that, and we've been doing it very well. At 95,000 pounds. There it is, 100,000. Gentleman's bid. 100 is the bid. It is here at 100,000 pounds. Fair warning to Christie's Live. The bid is here at Christie's King Street in the room, 100,000 pounds. Looking promising, sir. 100 is the bid. Fair warning and selling for 100,000 pounds. Well done. 100,000.
I'll be like, get that guitar and give it me right this instant, boy. Walking off with it. I'll be putting it in my hand. 100 bags. I don't know, guys. You've got to be really rich for that one. I'd have to be 100 grand would have to be the equivalent of. It would have to be the equivalent of 4 grand if I was filthy rich. Would I buy one of Mark's guitars right now for 4 grand? I haven't got it. I'd have to get a loan out. But would I? Probably. That's the most I would go for one of Mark's guitars, just because Mark's played it, but I ain't going over that. And I'd have to be back. I'd have to be at HSBC tomorrow morning going, can I borrow a loan, please? And they'd be like, nope. And I'd be like, yeah, looks like I ain't.
Lot number 4. Thank you very much. This is the Schecter Telecaster, custom made in 1980. This is my colleague Carrie Keene's very favorite. A powerful baby this is. We've been saying here at Christie's that this guitar is dressed for dinner. Lot number 4, let's begin, shall we? Already with bids on the book, I have to begin at 5,005.
You know one thing that she should be doing to make, not only to make the auction better, but to make people more, what's the word I'm looking for? More want to buy the guitar. Is tell a little brief story. Go, Mark bought this guitar when he was 42 and he was in New Orleans, and he also wrote the record blah blah with this, and he actually come up with Golden Heart riff on this guitar. Yeah, that's more like, okay, I'll buy it. Tell me something about it. But then I suppose if you're a Mark Knopfler fan, you probably already know the stories.
6,000, 6,005, 7,000, 7,005, 8,000, 8,005, 9,000, 9,005, 10,000. At 10,000, I see here first at 10,000, 11,000, 12,000. At 12,000, 13,000 is here in the room at 13,000, 14,000 on Christie's Live at 14,000, 15,000 here at 15,000, 16,000, 17,000 in the room at 17, 18,000, 19,000, thank you, sir, 20,000, 22,000, 24,000, at 24,000, 26,000.
Right, I'm just going to guess.
26 is the bid.
I'm just going to guess at this point on each guitar. You guess as well, guys. And if you already know the answer, don't cheat. Only let me know in the comments what you think this is going to go for. If the last one went for 100 bags, I'm going to say this one is an electric. Get more stuff out of this. 130? 130? 130 grand. Let me know what you're thinking.
At 26, 28,000 in the room at the center. Paddle 93, thank you. 30,000 is yours. At 30,000. 32,000, new place on Christie's Live. At 32,000. 35,000. At 35,000 pounds. 38,000. At 38, 40,000. Right back up front, 42,000 against you. At 42, 45,000. At 45, 48,000. 50,000, thank you. Carrie Keene has the bid at 55,000. 60,000 against you. 65,000.
Got people on the phones.
At 65,000. Here at 65. 70,000. 75,000. 80,000, thank you, sir. In the room at 80. At 80. 85,000. At 85. 90,000. Christie's Live has the bid now. At 90,000. 95,000. 100 is bid. At 100,000 pounds. 110, sir.
Mark's probably backstage going, it's over 100. Right, well, I know where I'm going. Might as well get the holiday booked. Just thinking, no. I wonder what Mark genuinely thought in his head. Do you reckon he believed anything would go over 100 grand? As you can see, there will be on the phones, like all these businessmen who are proper rich, just overseas going, right, you're going to have to go. You're going to have to go. And I'll be on the phone because I'm busy that day. And then they're just on the phone going, which one is it? The black Strat? And because they're so rich, it's probably like a present for their son. For their son's birthday, he's about 13, going, my son loves Dire Straits. Go on, yeah. It's his 8th birthday. Yeah, 150 grand. Like, that kind of stuff happens. Proper rich people buying mad stuff.
110 is bid. At 110. At 110,000 pounds. 120,000. Should we try 130? Yes. 130. There it is. At 130. In the center here at 130,000. 140,000. Thank you. 150,000 in a new place. Ladies bid. At 150. At 150,000. 160,000.
It is another world, Lynn. It is. Yes.
At 160.
Like this video, guys. If you
It's
haven't...
nice to be so close up front, isn't it? At 160,000. Yes, 170,000. At 170. You're not that far away, sir. At 170. You're so far away. Nice one. Nice one. Oh, yeah. Nice. At 170. 180,000 breaks the tie of the bidding in the room. At 180. So far away, sir. At 180. Should we try 190? 180 is here.
I wonder if Christy gets commission on
Thank you.
these pappies.
190,000. At 190. Okay, 190 it is. Ladies bid, front row, 190,000. Anywhere else? Checking with you here in the room. Fair warning, 190. Thank you for your bids. 190 it is. Ladies bid, 190,000 pounds. It is here and selling. Last chance. 200,000. At 200,000. At 200,000. Should we try to?
I suppose it's kind of it's an investment, isn't it? Are you going to use it? If you guys bought a guitar for 200 grand, would you use it? Now, I would, because here's a little rapid story. Here's a brief story. Let me tell you. Once, when I was a little boy, I was addicted to football, and I got a football for Christmas. And it was, I really wanted this specific one. And it cost like 25 actual pounds. Yeah. And that's a lot for a football. But the issue was, because it cost so much money in my eyes when I was a little boy, I was like, I ain't using that. I'm just going to only ever use it on the grass. The problem was, I lived in the concrete jungle. I lived in a terraced house on the street. So I ain't going to be using that football on the street because it's going to scrape the football and it's just going to go, it's going to rip to shreds. Anyway, a few years pass on. The football has been in my wardrobe this whole time because I never go on the grass anywhere. And I grew out of liking football. Moral of the story is I never used it. So what was the point? Because now I look back and go, I wish I used it. Even if it ripped on the concrete, at least I would have used it for a couple of months and would have had a good time and a good memory. Now all I've got is a football that I never used. The point is, if I bought a guitar for 200 grand, I am not hanging it on my wall. I am playing it. And I'm going to play it. And if one day, God forbid, it breaks, go and get it fixed. Because otherwise, what's the point? You know what I mean? And I think that's definitely what Mark wants to happen as well. He wants whoever buys these guitars to play them, write new songs, write new riffs. And, you know, don't let it go to waste. Because there's no point. At the end of the day, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Go and play it. Go and have some fun. So, yeah. I wouldn't be hanging mine on the wall. I know that much.
20. Here at 200. At 200,000 pounds. 220,000. Sir, you've said that once before. At 220,000 pounds. The bid is here. Ladies bid against the telephones on this side. Fair warning. At 220,000 pounds. It is right here and selling for you at 220,000 pounds. Well done. 220.
Right, hold on. This is what apparently I said. Does the hammer lady, what are they called? Does she get commission? They get 10% of the strike price as a fee from the buyer. What the buyer pays is actually about 20% more than the hammer price. What? So the guitar is 200 grand and now I've actually got to pay 20% on top of that. Maths wasn't my strongest point. 40k. They've got to pay you an extra 40 grand. And she's just getting loaded then, getting 10% of everything that drops. I'm in the wrong game. I need to be a hammer dropper. Kyle, exactly, mate. You're a guitar guy and you're a car guy. Don't let your nice cars sit in a garage. Drive them. 100%. Why are you going to buy a car for 30 grand and only ever drive it when you at a car convention once a year? And then in the rest of the year, you're driving some basic Volkswagen around that costs 5 grand. Do yourself a favour, go and get your amazing car out the garage and just start driving it. Worst that can happen? You write it off, actually. Yeah, it's probably a bit worse. You could write it off. You can't really write a guitar off. Kyle, your story doesn't really work the same as a guitar story.
Thank you. 243. This is lot number 8.
Oh. Bro, this pappy's gonna sell. That's more
Lot
like
8.
it.
This is the Schecter Telecaster from 1983, most strongly associated with Walk of Life, and recorded both recorded and performing live.
I smell
Everyone knows this
500
guitar.
grand here, guys.
Where are we going to start on this? Let's start with bids on my book. I've got $16,000, $18,000, $20,000 already here with me at $20,000. At $20,000, $22,000, $24,000, $26,000. At $26,000, $28,000, $30,000 with me, $32,000 in the West Room. At £32,000, $35,000 online. $40,000 is with me at $40,000, $42,000, thank you. In the room at $42,000, $45,000 with me. At $45,000, $48,000, Christie's Live, $50,000 with me.
50, madam.
I have 50 already, 55 here, 60,000. Would you like 65? 65 is your bid. In the room, gentleman's bid at 65. 70,000. At 70,000.
75, madam.
75 in the West Room,
Bro,
thank
this
you.
one's going up
80,000 is here
rapid.
with me at 80,000. 80,000. 85,000, Christie's Live, 90,000 with me.
My
At
man's got gloves
90,000.
on.
Carrie, I have 100,000. You can try 110. Absentee bidder on my book at $100,000. 110,000 in France at 110. Thank you for your efforts.
In it.
110,000. Are you coming in? Flora, 120.
On a level, she should have just gone, right, starting off at 200 grand. And you just would have heard a few people go, 200, starting at 200 grand. Yeah, damn. Yeah, go on then. Like, at what point did he just avoid the nonsense? We know it's going to go for over 30 grand.
Welcome to the bidding at 120,000. 130,000, gentleman's bid in the room at 130,000. 150,000. 160,000 at 160. 160 is the bid. 170,000. 180,000. Gentleman's bid at 180.
That's a house.
At 180,000.
You could buy a house.
190,000. Just ahead of the online bidder. Yes, 200,000 is bid. At $200,000 pounds. At 200,000. 220,000. At 220,000. 240,000 pounds, just ahead of the online bidder. At 240. At 240,000. Bids here in the room, 260,000. At 260,000. 270,000.
Going up in
280.
tens as well. Can we not go up in like grand?
I'll take 280 from the online bidder or from you, madam.
What's with the
At 280,000. at 280.
That's another trick she's doing as well. People feel slightly embarrassed to say an extra grand. You know, she's going at 280 grand. I would be like, oh, 281. I ain't getting embarrassed, guys, at £281,000. What's with all the 10 grand gaps? 290. No, 281. You know what I mean? She's good.
At 280,000.
She's good.
Bidder in France, 280,000. 300,000. Patrick Sage's bid at 300,000 pounds. 310, sir? 320,000 on Christie's Live. At 320,000. You haven't said no yet. At 320,000. Now you are. At 320,000. How about 330? Yes, 330,000. 340 would be next. 330,000 pounds is bid here in the room. Come back to us, Christie's Live. 330,000 pounds. It is here at 330. Fair warning to you on Christie's Live. 330 it is in the room. Last chance. It is here at 330,000 pounds.
That's 2 houses.
Your
Small,
bid at 330,000 pounds. Well done. Thank you. 330. You are 243.
Imagine if... I think the guy holding the guitar, he's probably thinking, okay, I'm holding over 300 grand pounds in my hand. When he's walking off, I bet he's bagging it. Wearing gloves as well. I wonder what wage he's on. Do you reckon he's on minimum wage? Surely not, because realistically, all you're doing is holding a guitar. You know, your wage ain't going to be that good. But at the same time, what you're holding is expensive.
The next is lot number 9.
Oh, it's the best song, guys. What a banger.
This is lot number 9, the
That's the best
first
song.
guitar made by John Suhr with Rudy Pensa for Mark Knopfler. A huge thank you to Rudy and his fantastic contribution to this sale. This guitar was used for recording So Far Away and for The Princess Bride. Fantastic guitar. This has to be, what, $10,000 to start for this at 10,000, 11,000, 12,000, 13,000, 14, 15, 16,000, 17, 18,000. 19,000, 20,000, at 20,000, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30,000, 32, 35, 38, 40,000, 42,000 is here, at 42,000, 45,000 on Christie's Live, at 45, 48,000, at 48,000, 50,000 elsewhere, at 50,000, 55,000, thank you. Christie's Live, 60 is here, just ahead of you, at 60,000. 65,000 pounds. At 65,000, 70,000 just ahead of you. At 70,000, would you like 75, Carrie? 70,000, 75 elsewhere. Christie's Live, 80,000, thank you. At 85,000, 90, 90,000 pounds. Bid online at 90. At 90,000, 95,000. Carrie, 100,000. At 100,000 pounds. Carrie Keene's bid at 100,000. At 100,000 pounds. 110,000. Welcome back, sir. At 110. Back in the room at 110. Your bid, sir, 110,000.
Mate.
It is here at 110. Fair warning to the West Room.
To be fair, I've not even been thinking of the actual guitar itself. Because I was too busy thinking the people on the phones, I feel like they're not going to actually play them. I feel like they're going to put them on the walls. It's just, rich folk who just want them to look good. I wonder if there is anyone ringing up going, no, I actually want to play this. I actually want that guitar. I want that Telecaster to play because it sounds good. I know it sounds good because I've seen him play it. Do you know what I mean? But now the more I think about it, So Far Away, even though that's one of my best tunes by them, that guitar doesn't, it's probably not a guitar I would usually go play. So there is different aspects to look at when you're bidding on these.
To Christie's Live and my other bidders here in the room, 110,000
Yeah.
is here in the room. Last chance.
I was going to say that,
And
Lynn.
selling for 110.
People defo do the $3,000 just so they can go, that was fun. Even though it lasts about 1 second, you can say, I bid it.
120,000. 130,000. What should we do?
AP the first. How
At
much did you bid?
130,000. 140,000. 150,000. 160? 160,000.
All right, no problem. We'll let you go through your
160,000. Charlie, at 160,000. 170,000.
How much do you want?
At 170. Bidding is all here in the room at 170,000. You're being very polite. At 170,000, the bid is here on the angle in the room and selling. 180,000 is bid. 190,000.
An extra 20 grand if I want it.
At 190,000. Should we round it up to 200, sir? 190 is here. 200 is bid. At 200.
You were 200 grand low.
210?
You must have been the first bidder, AP.
210,000. 220. I'm just checking. At 220,000. The bid is here. 220,000. Last chance. 220 is the bid. It is here on my right and selling. Anywhere else on the telephones? 220, yours, sir, looking very promising. Fair warning, last chance. It is yours at 220,000 pounds. Sold for 220,000.
Bro.
Hold it, paddle.
You know what? This is kind of cool. I wouldn't mind going to an auction. I mean, do you know, like an antiques? Just actually going to an antiques. I wonder if they must do just basic ones. Like even where in my town, like do you want to buy this candle holder built in 1980? It's not even that old. Bid starts at £5. We've got Joe there, a tenner. You know what I mean? I would actually have a bit of fun doing that. I bet it's pretty cool. It also got me thinking just then, I wonder if there's guitar auctions, just local ones that, guitars, I don't even know. People who may have passed away and it's in this auction, here's a guitar if you want to. Because when you think about it, when you're just little old Joe like me, the guitar I have there, and I'm going to whisper this because, in fact, I'm going to whisper about all these because I don't want any of them to hear, but there's probably about 500,000 of them made. And it's just like, I wonder what it's like to play a one-off. There's only genuinely 1,100 of these made, you know what I mean? And it's like, that's what you're dealing with when it comes to Mark. His guitars that he's getting from Rudy's, they've been hand-built in the back, and they're made for him. Like, I wonder what it's genuinely like, because there will be a different stepping stone. Like, I've played intermediate guitars, but I've never played a over £5,000 one. like that. Imagine playing a 50k one. Because there's literally guitars that, like a 1959 Les Paul. You can't even play one, mate. You've got to, like, they won't even hand it to you. There's no way you can go. You've got to get in touch with Paul McCartney if you want to have a go of his. I am genuinely curious as to what it feels like to play something like that. And if it is a complete different new tone that you've not experienced before, if it feels slightly like it's doing half the work for you, or would I be very unsatisfied and would I go, no way, it's actually just the same? Who knows? Who knows? But I need to know.
Thank you. Paddle number 121. 131. Ladies and gentlemen,
Uh-oh.
this is lot number 10.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh. You might as well start this off at 200 grand, love. Because... I can't believe he's got rid of that one.
This is the 1983 Les Paul 59 reissue. It is Mark's first Les Paul, used to write, record, and perform Money for Nothing and Brothers in Arms.
What?
This has to be one of the most iconic guitars in this collection. We can start here already at 50, 55, 60,000. Pardon me? 100,000 is already bid at 100,000, 110,000, 120,000,
Bruh.
130,000, at 130,000 pounds, 140,000, 150,000.
Hey, up! They've swapped the lad with. It was like an 18-year-old lad, and now it's a proper geezer holding the guitar. They probably went, lad, fair one, fair enough. You've done the first few, but this is big boy stuff. You go take a seat quickly.
150,000. Here with me at 150,000. Do you want 160? 150 is still here. 160 on Christie's Live, ahead of the telephone bidder at 160,000. 170,000 pounds. At 180,000, 190,000. 200,000 pounds is bid at 200,000. At 200,000 pounds. Here on my right, on the telephone at 200,000, 220,000, welcome, at 220,000. In the room at 220,000. 220,000. 240,000. Should we try 260? It's at 240,000 on the telephone. We could try 260. Yes? At 240,000. The bid is here at 260,000, now on my left. At 260,000. 280,000 Christie's Live. At 280,000. Christie's Live has the bid at 280,000 against 2 telephones and 3 people in the room. At 280,000, 300,000 is bid. At 300,000. 320,000 at 320,000. Christie's Live has this now at 320,000 pounds. 350,000. Mary Louise's bid at 350, 380 is bid.
Mate. Hey up. Kyle says, wood sounds better as it ages and matures. That's why they're sought after. Same with old acoustics. There's also not a lot less old world hardwood trees. Really? Old world hardwood trees. So the trees are basically slightly going extinct. Hence why some wood... They do say guitars age better, like wine. Which, by the way, guys, I don't believe that. Now, I don't believe wine ages in a good way. I'm not having it, because I tried some. I tried a bottle. All right, it wasn't a grand. It was about, I don't know, actually. It wasn't worth that much, I'll be honest. But apparently it was like 15 years old. And I'll be honest, the bottle of Jammy Red Roo from Tesco's that cost £8 was better. So, well, what's your excuse, wine people? I registered and bid 50,000 on the Walk of Life Schecter was outbid not a second later. The 50k was announced. What? You bid 50k? We got a rich folk in the chat, guys. Let's go. Oh, by the way, we've got a £5 raffle. If you want to join that, you can win yourself a t-shirt or a jumper. Announcement made on the 20th.
380. Would you like 4? 380,000. 400,000 is bid. At 400,000.
In it.
Maria Louise's bidder at 400,000 pounds.
Man's like that with his arm.
At 420,000. 420 is bid. 450,000. Cecilia, what are we going to do?
450 bags of sand.
At 450. We could try 480. 450,000 is the bid. Still here at 450,000 pounds. Looking to you, sir. At 450,000, the bid is here on the telephone at 450,000 pounds. Fair warning, Cecilia. Fair warning, Christie's Live. 450 is the bid and selling for 450,000 pounds. It is here, last chance, and selling for 450,000 pounds. Oh my gosh. 460,000. For 70,000. At 470,000. I've heard that already twice. Are you sure? 470,000 then. Last chance, Cecilia. 470 it is. Very promising this time. 470,000 pounds. It is here and selling for 470,000 pounds. Well done. 826.
What?
673.
I mean, 450k. It can't go any more than that, surely, because Brothers in Arms and Money for Nothing are his biggest songs, basically. Sultans of Swing. What was Sultans of Swing wrote on? It can't be any more than this. I'm not having it.
Lot number 17.
Not even the most expensive
Is
one to go
next.
in this. Nah.
This is made in the workshop of Rui Pensa by John Sir. Showing here, this is the 1988 MK1. It's used first at the Nelson Mandela concert, 70th birthday tribute, in fact, on June 11th in 1988. Arguably the most recognized guitar. Showing here, lot number 17. Where should we start?
Uh-oh. Again.
Where should we start?
Yeah, 200 grand.
10,000, please.
Don't be silly.
20,000 is already here in the room. At 20,000, 22,000, 24,000, 26,000.
Stop being silly,
At 26,000, 28,000, 30,000, 35,000. At 35,000, 40,000. At 40,000, 45,000, 48,000, 50,000, 55,000. At 55,000, 60,000, 65,000, 70,000, 75,000. 80 is with me. At 80,000, 85,000, 90,000. 95,000, 100,000. At 110,000 is bid. At 110, 120,000. 130,000. At 130. 140,000 in a new place. 150,000. 160,000 your bid in the room, sir. At 160,000. 170,000 on Christie's Live behind you. 180 is yours. 190,000 Christie's Live. 200 is bid in the room at 200,000. 200,000 is bid.
This is absolutely
220,000.
crazy.
At 220. We've been here once before, sir. At 220,000. 240,000. It's already here in the room at 240,000 against you in France. Gentleman's bid in the room at 240. At 240,000. 260 is next. At 240. 260,000. 280. 270,000.
It's a bit weird,
At 270, 280,000, 290,000. At 290, 300 is bid, 320,000. At 320,000,
They're going a bit slow. Is it not to be? Hurry up, guys.
350,000 on Christie's Live. 380, sir. 350,000. At 350. Two other places here in the room. 380,000 is bid. Back with Patrick at 380. I'll take 400 from you or from Christie's Live. Yes, 400 is your bid. At 400,000.
grand.
Thank you for your bids. 400,000 then. Christie's Live, now might be your time to come in if you'd like it. 400,000 is your bid. It's here on the angle at 400,000 pounds. Fair warning, Patrick, and to Christie's Live, it is here at 400,000 pounds. Your bid. With you, fair warning to the room, and selling for 400,000 pounds. Well done, 400,000.
Mate, he probably had that made for about £2,000 off his guitar tech or whoever. Rudy just made it two grand, bit of wood, and it's what he's done with it that has got him there. You know what I mean? He's just basically done a Mandela gig, a couple of other things, wrote some classics on it. It's just crazy to think that one man can play something. I heard that like the most expensive guitar to ever sell at auction was Kurt Cobain's acoustic that he uses on, the 1994 live in New York set that he did. And he played a couple songs. It's good if you haven't seen it. Might even react to that at some point. But his guitar sold for like something crazy. And John Lennon, one of his guitars sold for like, they're in the millions.
And then, ladies and gentlemen, this is my last lot before I pass you over to our next auctioneer to take you through the next section.
I don't like this comment. To me, the fact that he's willing to part with the Pensa says a great deal about his health and whether he'll play live again. Hate to admit it, but I think you might be right. Maybe not about his health. Maybe just the fact that maybe his hand, tremors, and I'm not going to be playing again. Might as well get rid of it.
The sale. This is lot number 42.
Surely you've got to be buried with one of them, though, right?
The extremely rare Gibson Les Paul Standard. Mark purchased it in 1999 and used it to record Let's See You on his 2000 solo album. Great rock and roll provenance, and sometimes used to perform Brothers in Arms on stage.
See,
This is lot number 42.
That guitar is genuinely expensive anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like with that Pensa, is it the one he's just sold? That wouldn't have cost a great deal to make. This Les Paul, that's already a classic. Whether Mark's used it or not, that's an expensive guitar right there. So you'll get real people now who are actual guitar players going, no, I actually want that one because I know it sounds good.
Where
they
should we
all
start?
sound good, but
You'd like to start me off?
you know
Pardon?
what I'm saying.
100,000 is bid. At $100,000 is here. At 100,000, 150,000, 180,000, 200 is with me. At 200,000. At 200,000. You did a good job, sir. You started us off. At 200,000. At 200,000. It is here. 220,000, 240,000, 260,000, 280,000. At 280,000. 300,000 is bid. At 300,000 here. Anywhere else? At 300,000, 320, 350,000. At 350,000. At 380,000, 400,000 is with me. At 400,000. The bid is on my book at 400,000. 420,000, 450,000. At 450,000. 480,000, 500,000. At 500,000. At 500 is with me. Would you like 550?
500 bags.
Patrick, we've been here before. Aren't we having fun? $500,000 is my bid. At pounds, in fact, at 500,000 pounds. At 500,000. Yes or no? 500,000 pounds. It is on my book at 500,000 pounds.
You might be right, Leighton.
550,000 pounds.
But what about Keith Richards?
At 550,000. My absentee bidder is out. That's good luck for you. At 550,000 pounds. Anywhere else in the room? 550 it is. Fair warning to Christie's Live. At 550,000 pounds, Patrick, congratulations. This is going to your bidder for 550,000 pounds.
Fair one.
Well done.
About time you bought one. Mate,
And your paddle, 840.
that's nuts. That is nuts. Oh. That's a tune. Oh no, that's not the one I'm on about. Guys, right. Did someone say he sold another guitar for more than that? Did someone say that? Starting the auction. £1,000. Anyone? Anyone? Come on. That guy, the guy with the 50k who bid on the 50k one. Where's he gone? Name the song. Right. Right, do you know what? I've got some news, guys. We're coming to the end of this, so before we all start leaving, let me have yous for a couple minutes. This is the announcement that I want to say. If you've been with me since the beginning, then you know I fell down this Dire Straits hole, and I thought to myself, I'll write a Dire Straits tribute song, didn't I? And I wrote Healthy Man, and it took me, as much as I think it, I love it, but I was rushing at the same time, because what I wanted to do is I wanted the song to be done in time for when I reacted to Tunnel of Love and to Calling Elvis, and I wanted to put it at the end of those songs so you guys could see it, because, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, I wanted to try and push it and try and get as much eyes on it as possible. But in doing so, I was almost like, rushing. However, I come up with an idea yesterday which I thought would be cool. And my brother Max, he also came up with the idea together. What about if I get you legends involved? It's gonna be called. Let me see what the name was I come up with, because it's actually quite a cool name, and it's gonna be a season as well. It's called You Build My Song. Now, how it's going to work is I want to make another type of song, because ever since reacting to Dire Straits, I've realised that that's the sound I've always been looking for. You know, soft rock. That's the genre I love. Electric guitar, not too heavy. Acoustics, drums, keyboard, synthesizer. That's me. So I thought I want to make another type of Dire Straits song, but I want you guys to get involved, which means it's going to all be done on my Joe Walker channel. As you can see on the screen right now, it's there. It's the QR code where my mouse is, my main channel. You can scan it on your phone, go over there and subscribe. What is going to be on there is literally the whole process. So I'm going to put up a post, and I'm going to go, you guys tell me, should the song be happy, sad, energetic, the mood of the song, you let me know. And I'm going to put up a post, and whatever the biggest, it'll be a multi-question. Whatever wins, that's what it's going to be. Then it'll be like, should the main guitar be acoustic or should it be electric? Private Investigations, he's playing a resonator, so it's like an acoustic. So Far Away, he's playing electric. And then I also want to know, things. What about the title of the song to inspire me to write the lyrics? And then I'm going to put up a post. Every single day a new post will be going up so we can build the general skeleton of the song. I want the best title for a song in the comment section, and that will be the name of it. And then we can think about, all right, what are the lyrics going to be? You know what I mean? And then, this is where it starts getting good. The first episode will be, we have the name, we have the guitar we want it to be on, we have the mood. So let's say it's going to be a happy song on the electric guitar, and the song's going to be called, like Leighton said, Angel of Mercy. It's a good one. It's a good one, Leighton. You can do better. You can do better. Right? And then the first video will be the riff. So I'll write 4 riffs, and I'm going to do it completely raw with you guys. No editing. Old school YouTube. That's what YouTube's about. YouTube has gotten too showy nowadays. If I wanted to watch a show, I'd stick Coronation Street on. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I'll go on YouTube. I want to see some raw footage of... That's why I watch YouTube. The first episode will be, right, guys, what riff? I'll have 4 happy riffs that I'll come up with there, and then, like... You know? Who knows? That'll be number 1. And then I'll be like, all right, that's number 1. Number 2 could be... This is just examples. I don't know what I'm playing. And then I want you guys to say which riff's the best. 1, 2, 3, or 4. And you'll leave it in the comments. Yeah? You see where we're going with this? We're gradually going to build a song together. And then, once we've got the riff, we'll go, right, Mountain Whiskey Blues. You know? That's what Paul says. That's a cool... I'm feeling that. I'm feeling that, Paul. That's making me want to pull out the slide guitar, maybe. We've seen Knopfler play. But then we'll build the backbone of the song, the structure. What do you guys think? Should the song have a solo section? Obviously, it's going to have a solo section. Should it have backing vocals? Some of Mark's songs don't, some of them do. And this is where we're going to go with it, and we're going to build a song together. And what I will do is the winner of the song name, you know, I'll put your name aside, and the winner of, like, certain things, all your names are going to go aside. Because at the end, when the song is done, a video will be made, and I'm going to need your guys' inspiration. I'm going to need you tell me what Mark wasn't a fan of doing music videos, but listen, me and my brothers will make a video, and I want your guys' suggestions. Who knows? One of yous might even be in it. If you live local, I'll pick you up. You know what I mean? Who knows? We can go proper deep on it and build a song together. That way, everyone's been involved. Everyone's chipped in. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, but I think you guys will show me things I wouldn't usually do. I'll go, okay, I don't think that riff was the best one. I thought number 3 was the best, but you guys all opted on number 2. We'll go with number 2. If you guys hadn't said, Joe, number 2, I probably would have threw it in the bin forever. You know what I mean? And what will happen there is I'll build a song that it was never actually mine. It's everyone's suggestion. And I think that would be cool. And then you guys can all go and share it and go, guess what? You see this? Who's got a song name? The Angel of Mercy. I come up with that name. I come up with it. And it will I think it will be cool. And then what we can do is when the first song's out, we could build another one. But this time, the first song might have been a sad one. Let's do a happy one. And then maybe in the next one we'll do a ballad. I think that would be cool. It's good content. But guys, it's all going to be done on my Joe Walker channel. My main channel, which is all things music. So I need you, where my mouse is, to scan that with your phone right now. It's very easy. Subscribe to the channel because videos will be getting dropped. And there'll be no rush. I ain't rushing this. This might take 3 months. Who knows? Who cares? As long as we're all doing it together, we're watching, we're having fun, we're having a few drinks. That's cool. And I'll be going live doing it as well. So we can... Listen, some of the videos might be 2 hours long. You will literally see my brain ticking. You're literally going to see my brain ticking. Because that's what YouTube's about in my eyes. You know what I mean? You go and grab a drink, sit on the couch, and we can join this chat and we can come up with a song. And I reckon it's going to be sick. You build my song. That is the season, guys. What do you think? Is it a good idea? Let me know. Mountain Whiskey Blues. Oh, right. Is that a song name? Should be a rabbit hole. Yep. I think it's a good idea. What are you saying? What's everyone saying? I'm waiting for you guys to tell me what you reckon. So far. Yes, like Max said, keep an eye out every day on my Joe Walker channel because it's going to have poll questions. The first one's going to be the mood of the song. That's the first thing. The second day, once I've got all the answers in, lead guitar, should it be an acoustic or an electric song? You know what I mean? You know where we're going with this. But yeah, there'll be a poll out every day. So you guys need to see it because it's not going to be on this channel. This channel is purely reactions. It's going to be on the other channel. Hello. Angel of Mercy is from Dire Straits. Oh, so it's actually a song. Fair one. Right, well listen. That's the idea anyway, guys. You build my song. It's going to be on the Joe Walker channel. And it's coming very soon. But this has been a good live. I'm going to love yous and leave you all. I don't want to bore yous. That was a cool auction. It was sick. This has been a good video. Everyone, let me know what you think. Like this video, share it, subscribe. I'm going to be trying to go live around once a week. And try and come up with some cool ideas of what to react to. You guys let me know in the comments as well if there's anything cool I should react to. I don't always want it to be music on the lives I react to. Sometimes I want to do what I've done today. Cool little interviews. In fact, there was something I seen. Have you all seen the Brian Johnson and Mark Knopfler? I'm pretty sure they've done like an episode of something together. It looked pretty cool, like a little documentary. I know Brian Johnson, I like him. He's from AC/DC. He's a nice guy, but yeah, I'm thinking about watching that. But anyway, gonna love yous and leave yous. I hope you all have a great evening. I'll give you 10 more seconds to scan that QR code. Both of them. Join the raffle. Announcement will be made on the 20th of December for the raffle. Up to now, looks like it's you who's gonna win, Max. Looks like it's you, brother. Right. Peace out, everyone.